was you saying? You can see why people think I don't like black women? Keyword is think. Why do you think people think I don't like black women?
Because they don't see you with someone my skin color or darker than me.
But why they have to be your skin color for me to like? The young lady across from you is not your skin color. Are you full black or are you mixed?
I mean,
either way, you black. Your drop is yeah, okay, cool. Right.
But yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's the perception you have, though.
So if I date a light-skinned black woman, that's
legit,
not...
since high school, that's the perception you have.
Because I dated a light-skinned woman? I've only had 5 girlfriends in my life.
Mm-hmm. Have all of them been light-skinned?
3 light-skinned, 1 dark, 1 white.
Yeah, that's a crazy ratio.
But that's just how the shit happened, though.
We ain't seen the well-done steak, though. That's all I'm saying. We only seen the rare.
But this is my question though, because that's colorism. Why do I have to date a dark skinned woman to like black women? My mother is light skinned and she's full black. My dad is super dark, but I don't understand the.
Is that the argument though? I don't.
No, that's not my argument. I was just wondering about what she was.
People in general.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't care. It's just it's the perception of it.
Talking to the mic, yeah.
It's the perception of it though. Mm-hmm. So, like, if a female was my skin color and she wanted you, and she looked at your social media, she would be like, "Oh, he don't like girls."
Right, but that's the wrong perception to make.
It is.
Because we go through that and we do that as black people all the time.
Totally.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of unfair to do. Just because, like, it's almost like just because I date nothing but black women doesn't mean I have anything against white women. I have a preference, and there's nothing wrong with having a preference. If your preference is fair-skinned women, that's just what you're attracted to. That's something you can't help. Like, we had the whole episode about, like, anybody liking what they like. It's okay to have a preference, and it's okay to stand on that. Some men just aren't attracted to darker women, and you can't make yourself be. But that don't mean you don't like black women. That's just not what you're attracted to.
So if I go get a whole Nigerian, am I good to go then? That's fine. You got to raise your hand.
Because if that's the case, if that's the case, be mad at gay men because they don't like women at all.
But we don't want them.
Right, but my thing, if you wanted one and he didn't, but my thing is, if you wanted one and you didn't know he was gay and found out he was gay, would you be offended?
No, I would go. Let's go shopping with me.
Right,
or maybe say maybe a bisexual man.
Yes.
Right, a bisexual man. Whatever. Either way,
because there are women.
Because there's no such thing as a bisexual man.
But hold on.
There's no such thing as a bisexual man. But go ahead.
My statement was, if I liked him,
Mm-hmm.
and I know better. But if I did, and I wanted to date him, I would look at his social media and think I wouldn't even address it based on what I see.
But you may be right though, because you're not his preference.
That may be totally, but
I've only posted 2 women on my social media in my life.
But
one
even
go
ahead.
Hold on. You're right. But you can fuck me though.
Nah, he might not want to fuck you either. That usually be that. But my thing is, like, a preference is a preference.
Is that the answer?
I will fuck a lot of things. I don't care about school. Like
men, I was just gonna say men will fuck anything. So that doesn't give any credit.
But that's my point.
I've seen beautiful women.
I'll fuck a white woman, but I've never dated one.
But that's my point. If I'm looking for someone to date and I'm seeing that you're not dating people that look like me, I'm not gonna try to date you.
Right, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong. But
because we all have a preference.
But
because
that's
the thing about
perception.
it, because it's no different than being a woman who doesn't desire short guys. Or I look at your I'm 5'8". You feel me? I feel like I'm a great dude, but I'm looking at your social media profile and everybody's 6'6", 6'5", 6'11". Should I feel like you're not gonna date me? Absolutely. You feel me? Because I don't see anybody my height on your page. It may not be true, but that's going to be the perception I have. I
just don't have a plethora of women on my page, period. Anybody that I date, if the relationship isn't long or what I thought was going to be something serious, then I'm not posting you because I hate the whole posting. You ever see the people who always with a new boo? They always in a new relationship. Then they love to change shit, in one, out one, in one. I hate that dumb shit.
But see, if you looked at mine, you wouldn't know who I liked. Cause I don't.
But why your chocolate? But why your chocolate brothers ain't on there then? Since that's what you fucking.
I don't post nobody. I don't discriminate, and I don't post nobody on purpose. Because it's just how I do things. Because I understand the perception of I'm looking at you and it's light skin. I'm not fucking with you.
But the thing they used to say all the time, I grew up saying, people say, when you assume, you make an ass out of yourself.
Totally.
Yeah, so it's like you can't watch somebody's That's why my thing is like, I got to have a conversation with you, because if you look at me in general, just from across the room, you wouldn't imagine I'm none of the shit that I am, because I don't look like anything that I am. Right. But you have to have a conversation with me to see that. That's why it's like I don't like to assume what people are, no matter what the stereotypes are. Like there's a stereotype that all black people like chicken. Right. We don't, but a large percent does.
I love chicken. I hate when they suggest chicken.
And you got now you got to switch your order.
I still order that motherfucker, but I grit my teeth.
I can't order. I order some other shit just because you tried to feed me that. Like, bro, I really wanted to try that chicken. Yeah, but I get me motherfucking the tuna, the ahi tuna, motherfucker, whatever the fuck you said. Give me that, bitch. That part. Yeah, raw, bitch, because you ain't think I wanted that, and I ain't gonna eat it.
She got sesame seeds on it. You don't know what that shit is.
But you're right. But it's just a barrier, especially as a female. Men typically don't care. They don't care what's on your social media. If they gonna shoot their shot.
Mm-hmm.
Females are different.
Certain men.
That's true. That's true. Not all of them.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is what frustrates me about this narrative that I don't like black women, right? So if you watch this podcast, right, the only thing that I've said is I've literally said black women are the most copied creatures on this planet. Out of all men and women, more shit has been stolen from black women than anybody. Black women are also the go-to worldwide for what the look is. Believe it or not, black women are dictating fashion. It has crossed over into the look that all white women want and other women. Social media, that whole look is given by black women. I've given black women credit for everything. The only thing I came on here and said is that white women are freakier than black women. So, but this is what tripped me out. Let's say I'm wrong. All right, fuck it. Let's say I'm wrong, right? Mm-hmm. You mad at me because you ain't the best dick sucker on the planet? I done gave you all this credit for all of this amazing kind of shit. Right. But because I said somebody else can suck a dick better than you, I hate you. That's crazy.
This is what it is, bro. I don't think that black women don't think you like them. I think they don't think you prefer them, right? And that's the thing about people in general. When you don't prefer them, they feel offended in general. They feel rejected. When I didn't exclude you, motherfucker, I just didn't pick you. Right. Yeah. It's like being on the playground and everybody get picked. Yeah. Motherfucker be upset that they're the last one picked didn't get picked. And it's like, bro, it's not that I don't think you're a good player. You just don't fit what I'm trying to put together right here on my team. Right. So maybe somebody else will pick your ass up. But don't feel like I don't like you because I didn't pick you. You just didn't make my cut. Right. So I think they feel like they don't make your cut.
Of what, though? Of what cut don't they make?
They just feel like you don't prefer them.
In dick sucking?
No, in general.
In general.
But what did okay, my question is, what did I say that makes them think I don't prefer them?
What it is?
Listen, all the women, like I said on one episode, I'm in the rafters with black women, mm-hmm. Right? I've dated more black women than any color. I've only dated one white woman my entire life. You feel me? So what do they mean? I fuck way more black women.
How don't
Have you ever said you prefer white women?
No.
No,
I know I've heard him say
but it comes from this. It comes from like if I got 2 kids, so if I'm constantly telling my oldest son how great he is, you feel me?
Right.
And I'll sprinkle a little something on my younger one every now and again, but I'm constantly telling my oldest son how great he is. Right. The younger one starts to feel like I don't prefer him over my older son. He feels like that I think my older son is better than him. When that's not the case. Right. You feel me? Sometimes maybe my older son just needs a little bit more encouragement, but I have to communicate that to my younger son so he doesn't feel offended. Right. And I just feel like black women don't feel like you communicate that to them, that like, you feel me? And you've done it. Right. You feel me? But when you do it, just like you just gave them all the credit in the world. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's something about, I will say this in your favor, it's something about black women when you say anything good about white women, it's a problem. You feel me? Like I've been out with my friends, right? We on the beach, we having a good time. You feel me? And my homie say, "Hey man, I see you got to work with the white girl. Boo 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 boo. She bad as hell."
Right.
I was like, "Oh, she is cold." And now, you feel me? Now I gave her credit, and the woman I was with was just like, "She ain't all that." I'm like, "Damn, you act like I took something from you by giving her a compliment." Right. Like people think she's gorgeous. Regardless of what you think, people think she's gorgeous. You heard him say it. You feel me? And then my other homie was like, "Yeah, she is tough." And I said, "See? You feel me?" So it's like that she was mad at me for saying that, you feel me, like the woman was tough. And I'm just like, bro, like just because I give somebody credit doesn't mean I'm taking something from you.
Right.
And I think that's how women are sometimes, especially when you're insecure in who you are in general. Most strong women don't feel any type of way when you make comments like that. It's just you have to be secure with yourself to be able to understand where you're coming from when you speak. Because there's a lot of women who aren't offended by the things you say.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But the ones that are, you got to kind of investigate who those people are and kind of look. And usually it's an angry motherfucker. You feel me? If I could bring on everybody that said they didn't like you, they going to come over here. It's going to be a whole lot of neck rolling and a whole lot of sass. It's never going to be a conversation to where I'm trying to hear you and you trying to hear me.
Right.
You feel me? Because people who usually gain an opinion about you before they meet you aren't people that you want to have a conversation with anyway. Yeah. You feel me? Because if you ain't got sense enough to understand that you don't know me until you know me, then I don't value nothing you saying anyway. Go crazy in the comments.
So let me bring y'all in on the conversation, and this is how I'm gonna bring y'all in on it. The purpose for me being critical of any of black women is because I truly care. This is my race. You understand what I'm saying? If I didn't care, I wouldn't say nothing. I tell my daughter that all the time. The reason why I say something to you about something is because I care. You feel me? You hear black women all the time talk about can't find love, can't find a good black man. And my belief is the reason why it's hard for black women to find a black man because nobody taught you how to love. You understand? Loving is giving first. I use your children as an example. She tight already. You want to say something? But listen, loving is an example. I mean, I use your children as an example. You have given more to your children than they'll ever give to you, right? Mm-hmm. But that's true love. It feels good to give to your children. You understand? I feel like our dynamics in our relationship are off for us, gender roles and everything. As much as I put into you, you need to put back into me. And my experiences have been with black women. Maybe other races are like this, but I wouldn't know.
So what I would want you to explain is when you say black women don't know how to love. Right. What do you mean by that?
And what I mean is that we always say, and this is not we always, I always have to put this narrative out there, nothing is absolute. Mm-hmm. Yes, there are black women out there who none of this shit apply to. You understand? Right. But most of them are off the market or just, link. You'd be lucky if you find one.
I'm gonna pause you and I'm gonna let you continue. I think words are important. Mm-hmm. So it's like you'll say, like you in the like you say, you always say nothing is absolute. Right. But before you start statements, you have to make sure you say some black women don't know how to love, right, or a majority of black women don't know how to love. But when you just say black women don't know how to love, that's like that's scratching on a chalkboard for them because they feel like you talking about all of us. But if you say some or most, now they know how to exclude themselves. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, because I can be clear. I can stand on my mountaintop with this one. When I say black women, I'm talking about a whole lot of y'all. In my opinion, you don't have to agree with it. I'm talking about a whole. Okay, but this is what I'm saying. I want okay, listen. You hear this all the time. I don't need a man. Is that a common term you've heard in our culture? Yes or no? You understand?
I think it's a common term we've heard across the board.
But I don't. I just unless you've dated other. I'll speak for a person who's been involved with other races of women, who fucked other races of women. That's not a term they use. You don't hear Asian women say they don't need a man. Mm-hmm. You don't hear white women say they don't need a man. You understand? That's not in they.
I've heard both, but go ahead.
Not that they, again, but go ahead. We're talking
like
about
nothing is absolute. Right,
absolutely. Right. Mm-hmm. But as a majority
in
there.
Your experience, too, so we can't take away
your
experience.
But here's another thing, and this is how I develop my opinion before I say anything. I'm not out here just going off. I'm Mr. Pro-Black. If you know how I feel about other issues, I'm black everything. Mm-hmm. I had homeboys in college. I've had homeboys I've known from other cities and places that told me all the time when I was going through my shit with my black woman in my relationships, hey bro, try something outside your race. I'm like, nah, I'm not fucking with it. Right. I've heard for years that it was different. I've heard military guys say for years, you go over there and get you one, it's different. I worked offshore. I've heard a dude from Honduras say, we don't worry about that shit y'all worry about. Mm-hmm. Y'all culture. Our culture's not like that. And it's not skin color, it's culture. He taught me to start saying that. Yeah. So when I say black women, I'm not talking about your skin colors if I don't find you attractive. It's our culture. Right. And to shoot y'all some bail, I'm sure there's shit wrong with black men too because of our culture is altogether messed up. I've just never dated a black man. So if you start telling me what's wrong with us, I'm gonna just sit back and listen. I don't know what's wrong. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But that concept, I'll just start there so it won't be just a whole bunch of shit we talking about. The concept of I don't need a man is rampant in our culture, in my opinion.
But there's a reason for that.
Okay.
Because I have a 19-year-old, no help. It was me, And
you got a 19-year-old?
19-year-old.
You look like a 19-year-old. That's fucking crazy.
I'm 36.
I have a 20-year-old.
Holy shit. Go ahead, though.
So I had a 19-year-old. You know who. Okay? No help. I wouldn't even ask for help. That's not mine. You know you got a child. I don't have to tell you that you have one. So when I say I don't need a man, I don't. Do I want a man? Yes, those are two completely different things. Yeah. Do I need a man to survive and take care of me? No. Do I want a partner? Yes. Those are two completely different things, because whether you hear or not, I'm going to take care of things. So when I say I don't need a man, that means I don't need you to take care of me. Yeah. I pay all my bills. I got a mortgage. I got insurance I pay. I got all that stuff. I don't need you for that.
That's right.
But I want.
And I just had this conversation, and she's right.
When I say that,
it's a difference.
That's what I'm talking about. Especially, I don't need you to do those things. Do I want you? Do I want a partner? Do I want somebody to come home to? Yes.
But I want to say this. That people need to understand that none of the shit you just named have anything to do with needing a man.
I was just gonna let them eat.
None of that shit matters. Which the bills, because you got to think about it. Go back to our essence before there was a such thing as bills. Before there was a such thing as like lights and all that extra shit. We need each other. We got to stop saying that shit. Black men need black women, and black women need black men. And the reason why we don't get along is because we feel like we don't need each other.
That's why I
we need each other. We got to stop saying that. We got to stop saying that.
That's why I wanted to clarify.
She's saying, and I just had that same conversation.
We need each other, but those things have nothing to do with needs. You definitely don't need a man to feed you, but you definitely don't need a man to take care of you. And I don't need a woman to do anything for me. But at the end of the day, we need each other.
You're right. But here's the thing, though. But when y'all put the same thing.
It's a bunch of intelligent people sitting at this table. You understand what I'm saying? That's why when we say stuff, we have to break down and compartmentalize and say not all, nothing's absolute. Right. If we were the only listeners, we wouldn't have to say that in this room, right? Because we all understand. So when you say, I don't need a man, you understand it that way, and you understand. But it's a lot of young women who don't. Right. Need is need. I don't need for shit. Right. I don't need you for love. I don't need you for nothing. And I'm going to approach my relationships that way.
But I want you. Yeah, that's the difference.
And I think it comes from it comes from when the environment you live in. You've been in a position where you're a woman and you've been single with children and you've had to survive, and you could not lean on a man because there's this whole thing out there where men don't want to feel like they got to take care of somebody else's kids. Right. There's that whole conversation, and you're being as independent as you can as a woman. And when you get to that point, speaking for myself, when you get to that point where you're independent, you're doing it yourself, and you're strong, the whole need word comes in where you have this conversation as far as, what are you looking for? Well, I don't need a man. I'm thinking financially.
Yes.
Right.
That's exactly
I'm not thinking about like
1000%.
This body next to me, this person who can emotionally and mentally stabilize me. I'm not talking about
that's
that.
Right.
I'm talking about the financial part.
But
it's semantics, like I said.
It is.
It needs to be conveyed differently.
I don't think women realize how much that trickles down to behavior.
Right.
When you act a certain way, money is power. Finances is power. It's hard for a rich woman to find a man because she has so much power. Right. If you're a boss at work, it's hard for you to turn it off at home. So when you have that mentality, that behavior trickles down into your relationship. When a problem comes up, there's something in the back of your mind that says, I don't need this.
Right.
I don't have to sit here for this shit. Right. I was better with, you see what I'm saying? So I get totally what you're saying, but it trickles down into behavior, whether you realize it or not.
And no matter who you are or how much you have as a woman, we have to understand that there's natural roles that are instilled in us. Not don't stop.
I
think it's
not distilled in us, instilled in us.
I like that.
But
when I log out of work, I don't want to be in control.
Nobody does. It doesn't.
I don't.
But I think
that's true.
I had this argument with him, and I was telling him that because we were talking about the difference between black women and white women, and I was just like, it's easier with them because submission is there by default. When you show up as a man, no matter if you a white man, black man, you a man. They just in their culture, you submit to your man. In our culture, it's been you guys have been doing so much on your own and have been, like you said, raising kids and paying your own bills and doing all these other fucking things. You feel me? That it has to be like a motherfucker say, if you've been single for a long time and you happy, it's gonna take a hell of a dude to come in your life and be a part of it. You feel me? It's the same thing when you go through the same thing with your kids. It's like for me to just give in to somebody, they gonna have to be a man. You feel me? They gonna have to earn that shit. Submission don't come by default with a motherfucker that's been doing everything on their own already. What I'm submitting for, what I'm submitting to.
I don't look for that.
I know, but it is, my thing is like when you meet a guy, right? There's this thing about a man that lets you know, like, okay, like you don't have to think about submitting. You just naturally do it. You naturally let them take the lead. You naturally let them do things. But that is like that's not in every man, and not every man moves you to do that.
Right.
You feel me? But in their culture, any man moves them to do that. Right. So I think that's the difference is that
black men have to, we're not making it broad. Right. Not all white women are that way.
No, their culture. Not all white women. There are black women in white culture. You feel me? Yeah. So, but culture is usually definite. You feel me? So when you talk about Asian culture, there are certain things that all Asians may not practice, but that is their culture, regardless if you practice it or not. There are things in black culture that we won't embrace, but that's a part of black culture.
And
when
a white girl can be in black culture.
She can be
raised around black people. Right. She's white, but she's
but she's in that culture.
Right.
So when we say black, white, Asian, we're talking about cultures. Right. You feel me? So when a culture is usually set, you feel me? White folks got their culture, we got our culture. You feel me? There's shit lit about our culture, and there's shit that's not so lit. Right. There's shit that's lit about their culture, and there's shit that's not so lit. But the thing about it is we have to stop getting angry within our culture when we point out some shit that's in their culture that's lit. Because we may need to adopt that shit. You feel me? We don't have to always fight what's in between cultures. We can take some shit from Asians, we can take some shit from white folks, and we can add it to our culture and fix some of the shit wrong with our culture.
You mean like they do with us?
Like they do with us.
Right.
That's why they are so complete, and that's why they're becoming so competitive, especially for the attention of black men, is because they've downloaded y'all. Facts. You feel me? They've downloaded y'all. They know how to look like y'all better than y'all sometimes. They know how to act like, you feel me? So it's like they've downloaded y'all and put y'all with that white culture. You feel me? So not only are they just like y'all, but they submissive. Off the rip. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like we got to learn how to download from other cultures and add that shit and put our flavor on it, because when we put our flavor on it, it's going to be way colder than what's going on in this.
But I'm going to give y'all some, because keywords is what I love. Like, you feel me? Submission. What does that mean to you, first of all? Submission. Is that a negative term to you when you hear it?
No.
Right.
It's not. When it's with the right person, it's not. And the problem is that some of y'all want us to submit, but y'all don't have the qualifications.
You're not worth submitting to. So, that's what I was talking about earlier.
So
why would you engage with somebody even if he's not?
I don't.
Right.
But then
you got too much education for me. You too smart for me. You too
busy for me. Yeah. All the time. I get that. Oh, well, you're awesome, but you want to get your doctorate degree, so you can't.
But you know what black women should do? Keep your standards high. Those are the guys you throw in the trash anyway.
1,000%.
You feel me? Like that.
That's true.
And see the thing about it, when y'all but let me tell you a secret though, right? When y'all continue to throw those men in the trash, you feel me? You know what those dudes gonna do? They want to get out of the trash, so they're gonna become more educated. They're gonna up their level, because we'll do anything to get some pussy. You feel what I'm saying?
They move right on to another culture.
Am
I lying?
But the thing about it, even if they hold on, even if they do, so fucking what? This is how it functions over here in black culture with black women. We don't accept less.
Niggas ain't moving to other cultures because of pussy. I assure you that's not why the move over happened.
I got 3 I can name right now.
But you just because you know 3, that's not why niggas going over.
But we going based on experiences, right? So I got some I can name to you right now that do that.
This is another thing we have to do, because like I've heard you say it like, well, I'm not this way, and then you say, well, I'm not this way. We got to level on some levels, you feel me? You can say something about black men or black culture right now that men do, right? And that might not apply to me, but I know we do it.
You can point to it and be like, yeah.
I know 50 other niggas that do it. So I'm not going, you know what I mean? Just because it's not me. You feel me? It's a lot of shit you can talk about black men, whether it's how we may raise our children or be there for our children. That completely doesn't apply to me. I have custody of my child. You feel me? But I know some black men who don't do right.
Right. There's some white men too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Everybody.
And I ain't waiting.
Yes.
But that's something we got to stop doing too, is that every time we find something wrong in our shit, we point out they shit fucked up too. Nah, like that's why I like coming on this podcast and people be like, damn, bro, you be riding black people hard sometimes. And I say, because that's all I give a fuck about.
Right. Exactly.
I don't really give a fuck to talk about white people and their fucking problems.
But you also got to make sure that you don't isolate them and marginalize them. don't make them feel like it's just you. I mean, we have to know too that it's across the board sometimes. It's
and
not just a problem in my culture.
Right.
It's a human thing sometimes.
Yes. Sometimes it is.
But sometimes a lot of this, because a lot of this stuff is not. I mean, listen, bro, I've been telling you, I've been on the search. I'll just give you a quick backstory of me with the woman. I spent 7 years with a woman I love with all my heart. One day I'm going to die, and I don't know who I'm going to be with, but before I close my eyes, I promise you I'm going to think about her. You feel me? That's how much I cared and loved for this person. I wanted to build and share life and do everything with this person. So in those 7 years of going through my problems, I talk to men all the time. What should I do, big homie? How I fix this? How I fix that? You feel me? I've met so many men who told me that other cultures don't act this way. You feel me? Now, when I finally broke down and said, you know what, I'm going to try something different. That's just like if I'm telling you, like, bro, if you go eat at that restaurant, it's good. And you're like, no, I'm not going. You go eat at that restaurant, it's good. No, I'm not going. Everybody tell you that, and you finally go, and the first time it's fire. Maybe they was telling the truth. You feel me? I went on a date with an Asian girl. You pick up on random shit like this. You know what I mean? Especially when you deprived of certain kind of treatment. Sometimes as men, you don't even know what you want, because I'm not a needy man. You feel me?
Right.
I don't even know necessarily what I want from a woman till she do it for me, because I'm such a giver. I'm just worried about what I could do for you. Anybody that I date, I'm just like, hey, baby, if you have a good day, I got a good day.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So I went on a date with an Asian girl. True story. You know how the bread come to the table first, right? So she grabbed the plate and started making bread. So I get ready to go grab. She like, nah, this one for you. First time I took her out, right? And that little small thing, because I've never had that. And I've took hundreds of black women on a date. And not that that's like major, but if you get what I'm saying, it's like as a man, you just like, well, damn. Just that small thing threw me off. You feel me? Just that small bit of catering.
Right.
The first time I dated a white woman, now I was actually in a relationship. Now, when I woke up with my black girl, and understand, my mother's black, obviously. You feel me? My mother ran the household. My mother came home. It was a heavy cloud, and like not negative, but the boss was home. You get what I'm saying? The show was there.
Right.
You know what I mean? My mother, when she walked in, the show arrived. You feel me? So I've understood black women my whole life. Now, when I first started dating a white woman, because my black girl, like I said, when I get up, baby, what you want to eat today? What you want to do today? You know what I mean? Your day happy, my day happy. I'm looking at this white woman. Hey, babe, what you want to do today?
Whatever what do you want to do?
I'm like, no, seriously. Whatever you want to do is fine. I'm cool with that. She like, no, you actually pick something. And I'm going to be happy with whatever the fuck you want to do. And small things like that would just throw you off. Now, I will say, there is no love like black love. Now, that's my opinion. The connection wasn't as strong. The feeling wasn't as passionate, because it's naturally in my bloodline too. Like when you go out and something happen and you could just look at a black woman without speaking and y'all know what's up, you will never get that with another race. You feel me? So I'm just talking about little auxiliary things that happen, but they mean so much in a relationship. Just the small things, especially when you're a manly man and you don't need much. Just that making my bread for me was the dopest shit ever. Just by the fact that I could literally pick a restaurant or what we gonna do today, and you just ride with me all day, and it's you with whatever, baby, I'm cool.
Right.
Those little things that I just felt like, and those were what other men were telling me for fucking years. You feel me? So I'm bold enough to bring this shit to the table, like you said, because I care.
Right.
I feel like black women need to learn how to love, and it's not y'all fault, because if you want to look at a lot of black people problems, it started with government and the system in the country that we come from.
Right.
You feel me? We're a broken race of people. You know what I'm saying?
Like the way we are was calculated. Like you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
black men were taking out the whole black home. Black women were taught to be strong and independent and all those kind of things. So it's all system driven, but we can't do nothing about the past. I'm just concerned about the future. You see what I'm saying?
So is it more that black women need to learn how to be more catering instead of saying they don't know how to love? Like we maybe need to understand how to cater more to a man, because I'm sure if black women are doing that with black men, if they got with a white man, they're gonna be the same way. So is it that they're not understanding that a man likes to be catered to? There's certain dynamics that you look for that make you feel.
So what you're saying is that he basically mean black women need to learn how to love, like how to treat a man.
Tell us
not necessarily a black man or white man, just so that
a man in general. I'm not trying to
Right.
take out the black aspect, because I know that's what we're discussing, but just I feel like if we're gonna do that with a black man, we're gonna do that with any man. It's not just the fact that I'm with this black man, so I'm gonna butter my own bread.
No, and it may be right. And I don't know how a black woman acts with a white man. Maybe like you said, like maybe she feel like she should submit to a white man. I don't know how.
Is it us maybe not knowing how to cater to men? Like, when did that get taken out?
Personally,
of that?
I can say it's based on how you treat me. Because I do that. I make your plate before I make mine. That's the type of female that I am.
Right.
But there's a difference in being with a black dude who doesn't appreciate it and expect it.
Yeah.
And a white dude who is just like the opposite. So just like you're talking about.
You don't think a white man expect his?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
What does a white man expect?
Hold on, because if we are talking about experiences,
right.
You're talking about who has treated me the best.
Right.
It has not been black men.
Okay.
1,000%.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna tell you my differences.
What 1,000?
Let's talk about differences.
Notice, I will argue.
Let's talk about differences in that.
Hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
I want her to say hers, and I'm gonna give mine.
Let me finish. That doesn't mean that I have not been treated well by black men. I'm not saying that at all. But there is a difference. So, for instance, I do well. He could tell you. I do a little well. So, if I'm out with you and I want a bottle, I'll buy my own fucking bottle. I don't ask you to buy my bottle. I don't expect you to pay for my bottle.
Right.
And so one of the people I'm dating right now, because as a female, you should be dating multiple people. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. That's how we get hurt. That's exactly how we get hurt. But it's an adjustment to have someone go, no, don't open your wallet. Don't do any of that. I'm going to take care of all of that. And that my experience with that has been with white men,
where they said, "I got it."
Yes, where it was not even a question. And to me, it's like, oh, I want this and this, and I'm gonna take care of it. And he's like, no, you don't take care of shit. I take care of shit here. And so it's different. So coming from a position of when my daughter got older, I got my master's degree. It was kind of like, for black men, to me, and I think I talked to you about this before.
Can I answer your question? I'm gonna let you finish. Like, between these dudes, right? What were the difference in status?
I was going there.
The dude who was the worst, black man, bank manager.
Okay.
Made more money than I did.
Okay.
And I'm not one of those type of people that we got to go out every week or anything.
Cool.
I like to cook. I do that kind of stuff. But if we go out, I'm going out.
Okay, and bank manager, his personality, was it splurgy or was it save every nickel?
No, it was based on the last female that did him wrong. I had to pay for that. That was my fault.
Okay, but okay, now what's the status of the white guy you dated?
He's been shot by a girl. That is none of my business.
Shot?
Yes, in the ass. He told me. None of my business. Because he judges me based on me, not based on his experiences. Now, this might be the guy I'm talking about. I'm not finna credit all white, all black, or anything like that.
Is all he dates is black women? This white guy? Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
and so
okay.
And so he's not attracted to. He likes what he likes, which is totally fine.
Okay.
Fine. No judgment here at all. I don't discriminate. If you treat me well, that's all I care about.
Right.
But there's a stark difference, and I was in love with the bank manager. That's 7 years of my life. I'll never get back.
Okay.
And this dude I've met like a month ago, and is treating me like I'm the most important thing on the planet.
As far as their backgrounds, like what kind of situation did the bank manager come from? Like, was it like a happy 2-parent home, or was it like
happy 2-parent home?
Okay. What about the other guy?
Happy 2-parent? No, divorced 2-parent home. Let me check that.
Okay.
Divorced 2-parent home.
Okay.
And there is a difference. And that has more to do with where he grew up. He grew up in a smaller place, so it's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, that kind of thing. Again, it's not attributed to his race at all.
Right.
I'm just saying my perception is much easier with him than it has been with the black men that I have dated.
Because if a black man robbed me and I've been around a bunch of white people and they never robbed me, I'm going to feel like I'm more likely to get robbed by a black guy.
I don't think it's based on race.
It's not, but it's just the experience. The last motherfucker robbed me was 6'4" with a beard. You 6'4" with a beard. I need to watch myself.
But he's been with women that look like me, and I'm not penalized for that. And I don't do that either. I mean, he gets. I've had a bad kind of life with older males in my life. I don't judge males on that because I don't want anybody to treat me.
But you
like
understand
that.
too, though. You understand too, though, right? How a person treats you, it could be also based on the options that they have in their life. Like, let's say, for instance, if the bank manager was the type of guy that can just get any girl he want, you feel me? Because he's the bank manager, and the new guy kind of doesn't have that many options. You feel me? And he really ain't been dating a whole lot. Right. You feel me? So, like, usually when guys like that get something, they treat it a lot better than the asshole who has all the money, who has all the access to things. So we got to factor that in, too. Some guys are just fucking nice because they don't have a choice but to be nice. And some guys are dickheads because they have so many options.
I made more than the bacon.
But now check this out.
Now
check this out. Now.
That's just what it is.
Yeah, that's just what it was.
And I want to hear your story, too, about the white guy you dated now. That's why I love these podcasts and having these conversations, though. In so many ways, you literally, in a way, verifying, at least to me, my exact point. You understand? You said the white
did.
Right.
Yeah,
that white man treated you how you felt a man was supposed to treat you, right? That's how their culture operates. They men have no problem taking care of everything. Molly or Susie stay home.
Right.
And she can't wait to get home.
Even if I ain't got it.
Right. And she can't wait to get home to get that dick when he get home. You see what I'm saying? She cater to everything and he take care of everything. So again, I said before, I totally agree with you that there are problems with black men. It's just not for me to speak on. So if you say that we act that way in majority, even though that may not be me, what you're saying may actually be true. Black men may look for the split or the whatever or expect you to pay. That's not how I operate.
Definitely
but maybe
not how I do,
culture.
but I do get it. More of them will goddamn be looking for the split than not.
Right. And now their culture is exactly what you said. That's exactly how they cope. When you see a white couple, I go to the gym all the time, and them ladies in there every day with them babies in the daycare. What, they don't got no job, they don't do nothing. Buddy working, taking care of everything. I bet they don't open their purse or their wallet either. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And you enjoyed that as a woman, right? Made it easy for you to submit or whatever it is you said, right? That's because of the roles was correct for you biologically. You see what I'm saying? It made you more comfortable being a woman because you felt like that was his role. And that's what I'm saying. I'm the opposite. You see what I'm saying? I'm black, but I behave the way the white man is.
And that's what I was gonna say from earlier. Is that's when I say download. I say that the reason why I am the type of guy that, like, you're never gonna open your wallet with me. You really can't spend your money around me. Like, I'm good. You with me? I got you.
Weird. You ever had a girl pay for something? I don't even know how to act.
I don't know how to act.
It's the weirdest shit
don't.
ever.
And I'm that way though because I look at other cultures and I say, like, damn, how they do that seems like the right fucking way. Right. That's why I'm not a religious person, because I'm never one to just adopt something somebody gives me. I'm gonna look over here and say, well, shit, y'all trying to give me Christianity. The Muslim shit, some shit in there fire too. Right. There's some shit in there with the Buddhists that's fire. Why would I adopt this one thing? So I'm gonna download all this shit. So I'm the same way with my relationships. I watch how because I grew up in a household where every man my mom has ever been with, drug her, beat her, all kinds of shit. And all the way until I got old enough to help her. You feel me? Right. So it's just like, I'm looking at our culture like, shit, that ain't how I want to treat my woman. Right. And we also happen to watch TV. You watch Nickelodeon, you seeing these white families and how they put together and I say, you know what? That's the kind of shit I want. You feel what I'm saying? So I downloaded that part from them. Like me, the way I treat a woman didn't come from my culture because I didn't see that in my culture. I've never really seen a woman treated right in my culture, not in my upbringing. Not saying that black men don't treat black women right, just from my experience and where I was raised, I never seen it happen. Right. So I adopted how I wanted to be as a man from TV, but still I had traumas from that fucking upbringing that followed me into that.
And maybe we don't treat y'all right, but that's the purpose of this conversation. Right. That's why I think it's dope. Maybe 100%. We don't treat y'all right.
But
true.
That was my point. Right. You were talking about submitting. I can't submit to somebody that I got to pay the mortgage for.
And we understand that 100%.
Right. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can submit or I can split the bills in half.
But I think his point more so is that, like, not. Like, if you're with somebody and giving them your energy, you've already considered them to be somebody. So why wouldn't you submit? Because you chose them to be around to take up your space.
There's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't submit.
But my thing is, why would you, like, commit any of your time to someone that you feel like you couldn't submit to?
There may be other reasons. I mean, you don't have to connect with someone just on a financial level.
No, I don't mean financially. I mean, when I say submit, let's say, for instance.
But submitting
hold on. Let's say this.
I'm the relationship.
But I'm gonna use a different.
Make it very clear.
I'm gonna use a different term and everything. We're not gonna use submission, right?
Yeah, because I mean it could be vague.
All right, let's say for instance, let's say for instance, I'm a guy that, you feel me, my heart has been broken several times, right? So I really don't be fucking with women like that. You feel me? But let's say I meet you and I'm like, you the sweetest girl in the world, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to give her my time. Once I figured out that I'm going to give her my time, right then and there, I have to decide to let my guard down. It's not on her to come in and make me let my guard down. Right. You feel me? Once I decide that I'm going to pursue that, I have to let my guard down in order for it to function right. If I got my guard up, we ain't going to even get nowhere. So I use that analogy because submission sounds like such an evil fucking word. Submit sometimes means just let go. Yeah. It doesn't mean like you got to do something I say do. I think when people hear submit, they hear a motherfucker cracking the whip saying, wash dishes, fucking, you feel me, clean the house. Like, that's not submission. Submission is just allowing somebody, you feel me, to lead you. Right. You feel me? If you trust me to open your legs for me, trust me to lead you. Right. You feel me?
And I got a submission story. I just want to give her the floor a little bit. Yeah. I feel like we
robbed it.
Yeah, absolutely. But
good. I'm just listening.
Yeah, I want to hear
we got 40 more minutes.
Yeah, I want to hear your white story. Your Caucasian lover.
It's really not. We were talking about the differences in what I've recognized in dating white men versus black men, and one of my biggest differences, because I consider myself somewhat of a socialite. I like to get out. I like to do things. I like to engage in the relationship. So the difference I've seen is I have more engagement when it comes to getting out and doing things with white men than I have with black men. I don't get in the relationship with black men. I don't get, hey, you want to go to this festival? Or you want to go to the beach?
We don't. I agree, because I don't want to go to neither one of them.
They plan. I've had more experiences on that level of it. They plan. They consider spending time with me and planning to do it. Hey, what are you doing in 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Like, we thinking about going.
We take it this Saturday. You trying to get down, grab something to drink?
Yeah. And not even
that. You want to do
like
dinner and a movie today?
Yeah.
It's plain. I have. That's my biggest issue. I don't even say it's an issue, but that's one of the biggest dynamics I've seen in the relationship part of men. But I prefer a black man because
niggas do love outside though. Them white boys love outside. They can't wait to take you outside.
Wait. I don't do outside for nobody. Yeah. But I prefer black men too. 1,000%. Like it's not even a question or a concern or anything like that. It is, but I have just found sometimes it's easier because I've honestly been on a date with someone and been like, hey, just got my master's degree, working on my specialist. I got 2 classes left, and then I'm going, you too busy for me.
And you know what? What's funny though is that that you and him are the same thing, just flip. You feel me? Like you explain, she's making his points basically.
That's why I'm letting her get it in.
Because it's like she's saying all of these things are good about white culture. You feel me? And all he's saying is that all of those things are good about white culture. But when she says it, a lot of black women are gonna say, "Right on, she right." But when he says it, he's a fucking Uncle Tom.
But there's one difference. There's one difference.
What's the difference?
The difference is he's keying in on sex.
No, he's not.
No.
Because you said because let me tell you what you said.
Right.
White women, I guess any culture, have taken a lot from us. They mirror us.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But you said white women are more freaky.
Yeah, as a whole, I do believe they are.
That's the part I feel.
Oh, okay.
But she's basically
opening up.
Right, but y'all are saying, but y'all are saying white men are more considerate. It's the same thing.
I didn't say that. I said my experience has been.
That's all he said.
That's cool. Either.
No, I get that.
But that's what from your experience. But he's saying from his experience.
But we got to stop doing that though.
Go ahead.
You're right though. Maybe they are more fucking considerate. That's okay. Right. Maybe they are taught. White people are raised differently. Asian people are raised differently. They're taught differently, so their behavior is differently. If you're saying that white men are more considerate than black men, that's okay.
But here's the issue.
Right. We don't have to be so sensitive. Like, no, I'm not trying to say.
Because we understand that nothing is absolute.
But here's the issue. If you're gonna say that black women need to learn how to love,
yes,
I have loved that way.
But the thing about it, right? But hold on. Right. You just gave your story, right? And you said from your experience, right? So our same point is like. Right. When he says black women doesn't know how to love, like my thing is, you said that the white man didn't let you pay for nothing. Neither one of us will let women pay for anything. We're an anomaly. Let's say that.
I haven't had that problem.
But I'm just saying, I'm giving a comparison because she said he didn't let her open her wallet, and I'm over here. I can relate. So, but my thing is, I understand that There's 99% of other motherfuckers. So it's like when we say black women don't know how to love, let's just say he means 97.9%, and you're part of the percent he's not talking about, because you may know how to love. He doesn't, like we say, nothing is absolute.
But the problem is, and this is something that I believe black men forget, a lot of women will follow if you are able to lead.
But check this out though.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
If you can't lead, I'm giving you side eye, and that's when you get what you're talking about.
But we've established that though.
But we've established
that black men have to learn how to lead.
Facts. But
when we established it,
I didn't
earlier. I said it.
I missed it.
No, I said it.
Even if you didn't, it's not.
No, because I said black women. I said white women submit by default, but with the black woman, you have to earn that submission, and you have to be worthy of that. But that's why I gave the analogy when I was talking about a man giving you that urge to just let him take over. You feel what I'm saying? You have to earn it.
But does that say you guys are understanding you need to learn how to lead? It kind of, the way I interpret that is you saying that it's harder.
No.
For you to lead a black woman.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I was saying is that my point was you have to earn. You have to earn, like you just said. Your exact words were, if you want to lead me, you have to be worthy of being a leader, right?
Show me that you can lead.
Right. So that's all I said was that black men have to earn submission from black women. Meaning
that, are you okay with that?
I'm perfectly fine with that.
But no, listen.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Here's the negativity in that. Y'all missing a whole.
Go ahead.
Your analogy was.
You can't lead me into the gutter, though. I'm not going in the gutter.
You shouldn't be fucking with nobody who even look like they going to the gutter. But here's the thing, though. But then don't pick that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talked about the dude I know earlier who the situation, and you know what I mean. That I know that was a horrible decision. What did you expect from him? But that's a whole nother ball game. Like it never mind. This is what I'm saying.
I was number one. I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't seen it before.
That's fine. Okay. But that's a whole nother story. I'm getting up. But listen to what I'm saying. Just like you said, if you were a guy who had a broken heart and you met a woman and you agreed to go into a relationship with her, it's for you to let that go the moment you commit.
Absolutely.
Right? Hold on, wait. I didn't even finish my statement, Black Queen.
Say that again.
Okay. He said his analogy was if his heart is broken and he finds a woman that he decides he wants to date, he has to let that wall go about his heart being broken or the relationship will be dysfunctional, right?
Right.
Okay, so listen to what I'm saying. I may be the anomaly when it comes to black men, right? That's fine. So I'm out here doing it the correct way. When I meet a black woman that I'm interested in, let's say you got that guard up and you waiting for me to prove that I'm worthy of leading you, my tank is going down. Because you're not putting in what you're supposed to put in. Do you get what I'm saying?
Because you're waiting on me to prove something.
You're waiting on me to prove something. And every negative step I make or every whatever is another reason why I shouldn't be. You see what I'm saying? So we never even out the tank.
Have you had that experience?
Multiple times.
Because what I'm thinking is it shouldn't take that long to understand if this man can lead you. So it wouldn't go
So
that
then
long.
I'm wondering
especially without a conversation.
It don't take that long for me to figure out.
But it's nothing happening because you're talking from your point of view, which you might be a different type of woman, and you're forgetting, just like when you talk about how men look for you to pay or don't know how to lead or whatever, I understand that a lot of my friends and homies, that's how they are.
Right.
You feel me? So maybe you're saying that it don't take you that long, but your sisters, you don't understand. They guard up is for a different reason. A lot of them have picked so many wrong men and been through so many wrong shit. Right. And sometimes the worst thing you could do in a relationship was just pick the motherfucker. He ain't really doing nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. He was that motherfucker when you met him. You just ignored all of those signs. He's just being that person.
No,
right?
I agree with that.
Right. And that'll steer you away from all black, like, oh, man ain't shit. No, he wasn't shit.
Right.
You knew he wasn't shit when you picked him.
And sometimes those relationships get entered into under certain circumstances.
Fact.
And then, I think women a lot of times see potential. And we grade them not off on what they're doing, but off the potential we see. But
potential can fail.
Part of the issue is that people have been in these relationships and they don't heal themselves before they get in another one, and you take all that old baggage, men and
like
women
ending up
that.
with the man who really can't leave.
Yeah, and so then you take that baggage in there because you haven't healed from your past relationship.
Right. If you ain't coming in with a clean slate, you coming in wrong.
That's true.
Period.
But we've all made that mistake.
We all have, but we're old enough to know better than that now. So,
we
but
are.
But there are a lot of more people out there who don't. So you have to understand that when you get with somebody, like you starting fresh, whatever you've been through ain't got shit to do with them. I don't even want a woman to talk about like what she been through, because we ain't going through that here. Right. You feel me? Like this, we don't even have to look down that path no more. Like we good on that.
For her to not bring it with her, and that's a dangerous thing. It's so counterproductive. It's dangerous for both ends. You understand? When you get with a person who brings their baggage to the table and you're operating factually the way it's supposed to, you operating correctly,
it don't work.
It will take you down. You man or woman. You feel me? If I've been with a woman where I'm ready to lead, I'm ready to take over, I'm ready to take you somewhere, but her guard up, it's not her plan, it's not what she want to do, and all I did was, and the funny part about it is, when she left the relationship, she was in a much better place. How did that happen? And I was in the worst place.
Right.
How does that happen? We're in the same relationship, right? But you're better off from what I put into you, and I'm farther behind than I was when I even met you.
Because you did nothing but give, and she was a chore from the beginning.
Exactly, and that's the danger of what I'm saying. And I'll give a quick story about submission real quick. I've told you this story, but the podcast world hasn't heard it. You said submission is viewed as a negative term, right?
Right.
And I always get this beautiful analogy of submission. That is the leadership position. And I think women don't understand that. There is more power in submission than anything in the world. For instance, you ever said somebody said they want to tie you up in bed? You feel me? You nervous, you scared, you can't even let that much power go. You feel me? I'm not letting you tie me up, you feel me? But to be that free and to let somebody do that, that's actually a strength position. And the story is Suicide Squad. You seen the movie Suicide Squad, right? You know who Harley Quinn is and the Joker. People dress up like her, right? Cool. Joker is the craziest motherfucker. He's my favorite villain of all times. The reason is because he's a killer just for the fact he's being a killer. There's no back. Right. There's no. I'm just saying. He's a villain because he's a villain. There's no backstory or nothing. Right. I'm just wilding. You feel me? Cool. He goes to an insane asylum and Harley Quinn is his therapist, right? Cool. So he starts to manipulate this therapist to see what she do, whatever he say do, right? She did everything he said to do. This man, she even breaks him out of the insane asylum, you feel me? And becomes his girlfriend. Anything the Joker says do, she will do, right? So he knew she couldn't swim. The Joker felt like he was falling in love with her, and that's not for no savage. Why would I fall in love? I'm a savage, right? So, and think of this in context of like men. Like, I'm not a savage, you feel me? So if this could break him, it could break all us out here, you feel me? So he takes her to this fucking warehouse and there's these big old tanks full of toxic waste or whatever. And he asks her, do you trust me? And she said, yes. And he pushes her in this toxic waste, knowing the bitch can't swim, right? So she gonna die. So he turns around in his savage manner. He tries to walk off. Nothing for a killer to do. I done killed 100,000 people. Why can't I just kill this one, right? And every step he took, it was harder and harder for him to leave her in that thing and drown. And he went back and saved her because she was irreplaceable. You understand? Now, the rest of the fucking movie, wherever Harley Quinn went, the Joker followed. And she was the strongest person in the city because people knew if you fuck with her or she do something wrong, you better leave her alone because the Joker coming after. You feel me?
He still left her.
But yeah, that's just the story. But
he still left
her.
And
he would end up, for the movie he did, but he would end up back with her. You feel me? He can't replace Harley. And that's what I'm saying. Like you use always the pit bull analogy. Like he's the strongest and don't even know it. You feel me? You walk in this trained killer and he think you in control in the back.
Right.
So I always tell women, like, when you're irreplaceable, your man is the protector. He should be the provider. Right. When your woman is irreplaceable and you can't get that level of submission with somewhere else, man, you're down across for her. You feel me? And I think sometimes women don't understand that that's what that is for us. It's not an ego trip. It's just it's something worth dying for, man. You can't replace. You find a woman like that, you can't replace her. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm just saying that to let people know, especially in our community, submission is not a weak thing. Now you do have to submit for the right person. I'm not telling y'all to go just submit to Tyrone them and all that. That's not what I'm saying. But if you find the right one, you gotta let.
Once
that
they
shit
pass
go.
the test, let them go.
Fact.
Right. If they pass the test, you gotta let go. And I think we all, like you say, I heard her say earlier, like you worry about getting hurt. Like nothing ever works when you're worried about getting hurt. You feel me? Like anything in life. Anytime I ever thought about an injury in basketball, I got hurt. Anytime I thought about an injury in football, I got hurt. Anytime I thought about something, I manifested it. Right. So it's almost like when you go into a relationship worried about getting hurt or worried about if this the right one, it's just like maybe you made the wrong choice. And if you feel like you made the right choice, you got to roll with that and you got to let go. We all have to let go. Men got to let go of their pride, their ego. You feel me? Women got to let go of that mistrust and that I do it. I can do it all on my own. It's anxiety.
Right. We all get into relationships.
We all fucked up. Anxiety. We all equally traumatized, and I think we find ourselves comparing pain when it's not necessary to do so because it's irrelevant. We all just got to start healing each other versus getting together and trying to argue about who has it the hardest. We all got it fucking hard in our own way, but we just got to work together to fucking make things the way they need to be. And it starts with conversations like this to where everybody's saying how they feel, raw and uncut. You feel me? And we have conversations about it, and then y'all start understanding us a little more, and we start understanding y'all a little bit more. And it's just like next time somebody might watch this podcast and go out next time and see his old lady who always pay, and he say, you know what, I got that shit. Fact. You feel me? And that just comes from watching how other people function. Somebody may look up to him and say, damn, Big Dog say he don't let his girl pay for shit either, because all we're doing is adopting things and in general. We get it from music and everything.
9 times out of 10, the person y'all talking about don't really get to hear that. Y'all say that after y'all leave them to other people. Because you don't really come to him like, this nigga don't pay for shit. You feel me?
Right.
So to hear us talk about this, if somebody is doing that, you must have said it though, boy. You smile.
I mean, why not?
I'm pretty vocal.
I am too.
It is what it is. I don't let you guess. I'm gonna let you know.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with somebody not being strong enough for you.
Single?
It's a real thing.
Single?
Yes.
Okay. Why? For each. Both beautiful, both smart. Both got all their own, just in your own opinion. Why? Because I know you get approached every day. I know them DMs, chunky. Yeah, I know they healthy.
I don't know how I feel about that word chunky, though.
No, them DMs heavy. You can say what you want. I know them DMs full of, hey, beautiful, and if you just respond, I know.
Morning, queen.
Right.
Boy, you ain't finna get nothing with that.
Even though he sent that to 10 people this morning while he was taking the shit, I know what's on me. But
I know. First of all, I got a busy schedule, and I've already just kind of put myself in a position where until I have certain things out the way, I'm not going to put a lot of time into a relationship. Right. I have a son who plays, basketball year round. It requires a lot of travel.
Shout out to my dog. He 5. Yeah, he 5.
Oh, man.
And so, I mean, I have a lot that I am operating, and I think that's another point to saying when women start to say they don't need a man, which I hate the word need. I really want to throw it out because need encompasses a lot more. But I feel like I operate a business in my life. Right. I have multiple things that I am controlling. So to have a relationship right now and with all the things that I have going on, it just seems like it'll be an extra thing. Now, do I mind dating, going out, meeting somebody, having conversations, and then maybe out of that, I can identify the person who I can eventually, grow into something with. Yeah. But as of right now, I'm not, and it may be one reason I might not be locked down with someone is because someone hasn't come around to really pick up what I got going on.
Right. And what I was going to say was, I feel like we have the wrong idea of what a relationship is. We have a general idea of what a relationship is supposed to be. And I think when you hear relationship, the first thing people start thinking is time. Right. Like I ain't got time, or I have time. It's just
that's a big part.
It's a big part. But my point is that that's a general relationship. But there are relationships to where somebody may be just as busy as you.
Right.
You feel me? And you can still function because we all got downtime for something. Right. You feel me? So it's not necessarily like me. I prefer to have a woman that got a lot of shit going on. So that mean I can have a lot of shit going on. You feel me? Right. So it's like if we both busy, we not. The worst relationships I've been in is when I was busy and the motherfucker I was with wasn't.
I don't mind.
I agree with
you feel me? So it's like busy people need to fuck with busy people. Right. If you in a certain industry, you probably need to fuck with somebody in that field and they'll understand.
Which is why I said why I said that's probably one of the reasons because I haven't come across someone.
And that's why I said it at
hasn't picked up what it just looks like I don't have time for
right. And you definitely said that. That's why I picked up at the end, because you kind of rolled right into what I was gonna say.
And before we get into why you single, how you feel about need? She says she wants to get rid of the term need. How do you feel about need? The term need.
I just think people, it's another word that has.
Okay, but as a man, do you want to be needed?
Every man wants to be needed. Okay. Because we should need each other.
Right.
If I don't need you, what the fuck are we doing? Right. Like, you feel me? If I don't need something, 12, it doesn't exist in my life. So if I don't need a TV, you feel me?
And I knew you would say that.
Yeah.
So like I said, the dynamics sometimes that we have are just naturally off a little bit. You got a black woman who wants to get rid of need,
right,
and a black man who desires
the word
need.
I think it's semantics though.
But
I've been saying that. But it's easy. We don't mean the same thing.
I mean, why can't you, like you said, want? Right, but why can't I just say I want?
But no, my point is by definition, we want to be needed by definition.
But check this out. Maybe I want you to say I want
my need. How about that?
Need. Maybe I want you to say need. If that's what black men need, say you need.
No, answer this.
Maybe so.
Hold on, answer this.
But why not?
Answer this. How do you feel if I'm your man, right? And you come in and you like, baby, you want me to do anything for you? And I say, I don't need you. Like, how does that make?
We don't throw that.
But
that's
not how it's used when I say it.
How often? Let's ask this question.
When women say I don't need a man,
I don't need you. I don't need you.
Let me ask this question to Ashley. How often do you really have the conversation where you tell a man, I don't need you?
I'm pissed off if I'm saying that. Like we are.
So it's not.
Nobody is waking up and going,
I don't need you. So where is this coming from?
Because sometimes
it doesn't have to be verbalized.
Sometimes it does not have to be said.
Okay, so that's a different conversation.
It's an energy.
That's a different conversation.
But when I'm just telling you, this is how the brain works. If you say something long enough, it affects your behavior. So you could think that like, oh no, it's just I want you, but I don't need you. And I'm just saying it's semantics, but your behavior begins to act.
The difference though? Because we were talking about first us saying we don't need a man, but now we're talking about how it's portrayed, not that we're saying it. So I'm saying, like, let's be real. I don't say in my daily life to a man, I don't need a man. Look at me, I'm good. Here's my wallet.
I get it.
And my actions don't reflect that when I'm dating
we can feel
the
that.
Portrayal is what you're saying.
But no, we can feel that. You can say your actions don't, but you never dated yourself. When the last time you dated yourself?
So let's talk about actions then.
Right.
Because that's what we need to be talking about, actions.
Right. And sometimes,
why we are displaying
and sometimes it's hard to break down everything in one sitting. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
right. But the fact, even if we'll just stay on the surface level, you said maybe it's your ego thing. But
I said you want me to stroke your ego.
But listen, if I'm your man,
with the word need,
what if that's what I need?
I'll do it.
It's funny though, bro, because it's funny because
that's true. Like it's funny. You do it. If I'm saying that, I'm already halfway done with you.
If you heard me in the room with my homeboys, they'd be like, man, I don't need no woman, boy. You just heard me say that. So it's just semantics. I guarantee you, my people leave. You got something to say, like, babe, we need to talk. What you mean you don't need me? And here's the thing, though. Check this out.
With that.
I want to need my woman, bro.
I do too.
I want to.
think I would care.
If I don't
but
need
listen, you say that. I want to need my woman. I want to feel like life.
Would make me feel
I want to feel like I can't breathe when my woman.
I'm not.
When you leave me, what are we doing this for?
Say that like I want you. Like I have XYZ. I want you in addition to what I have. That means.
But see, I guess because we as men are we supposed to get money and have money, so we don't even look at that shit. It's just something you're supposed to have.
I want to require that.
But I'm just saying in general, I want to need my partner, bro. I want when my partner, if she threatened to leave me, I want to feel like life won't be the same when you gone.
And I want to feel that way. I want to feel that way whether we bums on the street or we living in the castle.
Right.
You feel me? It shouldn't matter. And that's why I keep saying it. Like every time we go to need, it's always about I pay my own and I do my own. That ain't got nothing to do with the need. Like I like he said, I want to feel like I can't fucking breathe without you. That's why I chose to spend my life with you. Because what you have to understand is that when we get together, we're committing our time to each other and we don't know how much of that shit we got. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So why the fuck would I commit my time and my life to something that I don't need? Right. I fucking need you and I want you to need me. And if you don't need me, then I don't want you.
And if you're ever in a situation where one need and one want, that's a problem. I was in a situation
and most women have been in that situation, so that's why they feel like
that. And as a man, I've been in it. I've needed her She left me, and she was fine because she just wanted me. Wants always change.
Well, when I think about
don't.
needing a man, and when I'm saying I want a man, the things that come to my mind
it's
when I'm
finances.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Well, when it comes to
as far as when I'm thinking about I need a man on that level you're talking about, it's for protection,
commitment, like connection, intimacy, all those things.
I want to feel safe. Yes, I want to feel, and I don't mean just safe in a way of if somebody breaking the home,
right? Just safe in general.
Safe with you.
Yeah, safe in general. And that may have some of the leadership qualities that I'm looking for. You know, and
that's all primal shit. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying wants and needs are primal. Right. It has nothing to do with nothing else. I don't give a fuck how much money you make. You feel me? If you choose me and I don't have no money, I still want you to need me for something.
Right.
You feel me? Because that's primal. We don't. That's why I say we can leave out all of the status shit, because when you think about a man, both of y'all, because y'all got y'all shit straight. When y'all think about a man, y'all think of things that have nothing to do with that other shit.
Right.
You feel me? You think, like she said, she think of like all of those things she listed. She think of those things, and that's all primal shit. So we do need each other. But we have to, like you say, we need to throw that fucking word out. You feel me? Yes. Like as far as using it as we need to throw out don't need.
Right.
You feel me? Because we need to keep need.
We need to keep need.
I think there's a better way to explain that, because if I'm with a guy and I'm like, I need you to function, if that's the word we're going with. I wouldn't say that, but like I need you, then you're my other half. Right. I'm not going around saying that I need you or don't need you. It's bigger.
Yeah, we know that though. Yeah, we know that. That's
so what
a given.
does it do for you? So if you know I need you, does it give you?
It's just a sense of security, because the thing about it is with a man that commits himself to you, commits himself to you, because it's already an unnatural thing for men to just fucking lock in our traditional standard relationship.
Right.
You feel me? So for us to commit to that, you feel what I'm saying? We want to feel like we get something out of it. And because most of the time it's not financial, you feel me? It's not none of those things. Right. So it's just like, what I need is some loyalty, and I need to feel like somebody needs me, and that makes me feel secure in doing all the things I'm doing, and that they won't fucking bail on me.
And that's low key the only thing you can offer me.
That's all you can offer me is somebody that won't bail on me.
I don't give a fuck how much money you got. It's great that you do a job. It's great that you get your degrees. I'm all supportive of it. But just as a man, I don't give a fuck. Not negatively. I'm glad you got it. Yeah. But if you worked at Taco Bell, if you gave me the same security, the same loyalty,
and we connected on some other levels.
And that's why a rich man can go get a homeless woman off the street and love her for life. But you're never gonna see a rich woman go get a homeless man off the street and love him from life. It's because we value different things.
Unless she fat. Sometimes
but like us as men.
I'm sorry, let me not say that. I'm sorry, Kevin.
It's right here stupid. Yeah, but like us as black men, it's just like what we're looking for has nothing to do with the things that women brag about. You feel what I'm saying? Or things. And it's though and my thing is, you guys have every right to be proud of every fucking thing you've accomplished. But at the end of the day, when it comes to us dating you, we don't give a fuck.
Right. What you mean?
Like it's like you. I don't. My thing is like when I meet you, right? I can meet you and we can never have a conversation about anything that you do. But if I'm vibing with you and I feel you, it doesn't matter what the fuck your job is when you tell me later. Right. But some women,
but that's not all men.
That's not all men. But what I'm saying is this.
Not even half of them.
No, but what I'm saying,
it's more often than not.
It's more often than not.
If a man gets some money, the only men that care about your money is the niggas who need it.
Right. Because my thing is, I'm sure you've encountered situations the way have been. Because you got a story for that. Right, I'm sure you've encountered situations, both of y'all, where y'all have been approached by somebody of status. You feel me? Or somebody that felt like they were of greater status than you. It's like they were still interested in you. You feel me? And that means it had nothing to do with nothing else you got going on. And that's almost any man. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like I've never had a woman of status approach me. You feel me? Every woman I've ever dealt with, what I did mattered.
But you didn't matter.
Yes, like what's my job? What's my occupation? Like what am I? What am I worth?
You can have a woman interested in you until you say
what you do for a living. But me as a man, like, I don't give a fuck what you do. Right. When a man wants you, he don't give a fuck what you do.
Because power is attractive to women.
Right.
And they look for certain.
So
things
you a singer, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker don't care.
Just what it is. Yeah. Not that all women, fall for that, but that is a certain trait.
Yeah, but we already understand. We've said it enough on this show already. Yeah. We already understand when we say women or men, we never mean all.
Yeah.
Right. You feel me? We mean majority. Like,
right.
Yeah, the larger percentage.
Because
they goddamn. Yeah.
So why are you single?
I am single.
Because he ain't white.
No. Listen, I don't really have a preference, but I would prefer a black man. 1,000%. There's no
dark skin?
I don't care about any of that.
I'm just checking.
I don't care about any of that.
So you don't have a type? Mm-mm. Okay, go ahead though.
I go off on how you treat me. So if you treat me good, that's all I care about.
Don't matter what he looks like.
I am single because partly it was me. Senior high school year of my daughter's life, I was like, I'm not about to make this about me. Mm-hmm. My goal was to get her graduated with no kids and accepted into college. Mm-hmm. And so I did that. So now I'm in a space of I'm ready to date and all that kind of stuff. And I've been on multiple dates when I started listing, like, this is what I'm doing. You too busy for me. Oh, I like a broke down, insecure woman.
Where are you meeting your guys?
Yeah.
She's what the nigga said.
This area, that's worth the conversation.
That's part of it. That's totally part of it.
What was the question again? What was it?
I was asking her, where is she meeting the people she's dating? Because our area...
I worked at a prominent law firm here. I've met them there. Mm-hmm. I work at I'm a system admin for a bank. I've met them there. Mm-hmm. And when I tell them what I do and I start talking about what I'm into with computers and programming and stuff like that, it's like, and intelligence is important for me. I don't care what you do, how much money you make. I can take care of my damn self. And if I love you, I'm happy to make this a partnership and you do what you do, what I do. But if your eyes glaze over, like I can't, like, can you speak in complete sentences?
Right.
Which they shouldn't be like that. But intelligence on a woman sometimes is like chicken at a steakhouse. Like, I ain't come here for that. Like, I'm glad you guys. It's good to know y'all make good chicken. But
they look at me.
Though.
That's part of it.
We get stuck in that.
They look at me and approach me a certain way, and I'm not what I look like, I guess.
Right.
And then that's a problem. And I don't have time to go back to my ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Like, I have a child already. She's in college. Like, I'm not going back to preschool with you.
Right.
And I'm not tripping. I'm just saying. So right now, I'm just hanging out.
What we got to tackle though is that I don't think people understand too though that usually the type of man that women go for ain't shit in these times, because these are men who have several fucking options.
Don't touch on that too much. That's a whole nother
the hardest thing the hardest thing to fucking secure is a fucking black man with some money. You feel me? That got something going for itself. And it's like, that's all of the qualities that a woman usually looks for in a man. All of the women are looking for that same quality. Right. So that leaves this man with so many fucking options. And usually those men are the most unfaithful men you go ever meet. You feel me? Right? Why would you settle when you got all this action? You feel me? So it's like when you hear women tell these horror stories of dates and shit and how they meeting dudes. I'm like, y'all just meeting the fucking dudes that ain't got shit going on. You feel me? Because most of the dudes that got shit going on ain't on the dating apps y'all on. They ain't in the places y'all are in, because they out busy trying to manage and juggle all these motherfucking women they've accumulated that are looking for a man like them.
So how does a woman find a man that's substantial?
Because these are people I've met.
They're not.
But no, listen.
It's almost like the list. Like when you give a man a list of the things he want in a woman, that list is usually pretty fucking short. And I think most women, especially women who are established, when you give them a list of things that they look for in a man, that list is long as fuck. And very, very few men fucking even live up to this list. You feel me? And the ones that do live up to this list, you feel me? Ain't gonna want to have shit to do with you, because most of the time the women that make that list have kids. They're probably a little older. Yeah. And this motherfucker right here is not only is he not gonna live up to the list, if he could live up to the list, he still ain't finna focus on just you. But The issue is we gotta fucking shorten the list. Not saying lower your standards, but I'm just saying like sometimes motherfuckers be looking for too much.
Right. Yeah, and they list
sentences. Can we just start there?
But that's fine.
Complete sentences.
Complete a verb, a noun, an adjective.
Subject, verb, agreement.
That's
like
it.
not
That's it.
I'm not even gonna go.
Can we start
Yeah.
there? That's where I'm starting.
But listen, in the list, a lot of times is too long. A lot of people want more than they have to offer or willing to offer. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of times, I've said this on this podcast before, women don't know what to look for in a man. The worst thing sometimes you can find is something ready-made, and that's because a woman's job is completion. Okay. Right? You don't have to agree with the Bible. I don't want to get all religious on it, but the woman was
That's a bar.
Yeah, the woman was created for completion. Right? Man had everything, but something just was missing. Right? That's why they say behind every great man is a good woman. You understand what I'm saying? A woman can make a man be something more than he ever thought he could be. That's why I say that submission and that making me feel like a man and stroking my ego at home. I feel like I can go out here and conquer the world. One of the best things a woman can give me is peace. That's what I'm looking for more than anything, because I feel like now I'm strong enough mentally to go handle the rest, right? So the key is what you should look for. I tell women all the time is character. You have to look for character. Right. In other aspects of his life, because it will follow you back into your relationship.
Right.
One day I'm going to tell my daughter, you find what a man has least of, and you require that. If a man has money, it don't matter what he take you and shopping for you, and buy. He could buy you a Bentley, he could buy you whatever. If I have money, I don't mind spending it. Mm-hmm. If I'm broke and you want to spend time and go hang at the mountains, that's all I got is time. Let's go climb a mountain. Right. You feel me? You find what a man has least of, and you require that. You feel me? And if he truly is with you and he loves you and he really wants to be with you, like he's serious and it's not just one of those situational things, he'll break his neck to get it, right? Mm-hmm. Now you got to know when to ease up. You can't drive him into the fucking ground. If he broke and every money, you going to kill him though. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah.
But if you see he don't have much money, find something to ask for, something feasible that he can go get. If that man busts his ass to go get that for you, that's a good man for you. Now, if you looking for a faithful man, now we talking about something completely fucking different.
You need to stop looking.
Right. Stop worrying about who he fucking. Fuck that. He gonna fuck somebody anyway. Yeah, stop. Listen, I'm just telling you. If that's on your list.
I was with you. Now I'm like.
Listen.
Yeah,
but if that's so, listen.
He gonna fuck somebody on the way to get
right. Exactly. Now this man he killed himself to go buy you something, right? And he done fucked the bitch. He done gave $5 and you mad. You feel me? But you have to, if you got a list and faithful is on it, you need to scratch that off first. Erase that off first. That should not be on your fucking list. But that's just whole nother podcast. But I got a question about that. We'll get into it right now because we're running out of time. Right. But like I'm saying, you find out what he has least of, right? And you require that. Now, leading into my question, go ahead.
Why does a man, if you want to scratch off the faithful part, but why does he want to be needed by a woman? Like,
because it's a different train.
Why
it's a
is
different.
It that you find in that woman who gives you what you're? If you find that woman that gives you what you're looking for,
and that's why you get women where you get.
I got a quick question, real quick though, for both of y'all. I'm sure both of y'all have been in relationships. Have y'all ever had a moment to where your man wanted some and he was just like, get up and get it to me? You was just like, man, I'm tired. I've been at work all day. I ain't got time for that.
I have angry sex. That's never been a problem.
Huh?
I have angry sex. Okay. I have never had that a problem.
What about you? Have you ever had a situation where you like, I don't feel like it tonight?
I got married young. Mm-hmm. I had children very young. Mm-hmm. I did not understand the importance. And that's just being real.
Right.
At a young age, I didn't understand the importance of giving sex regularly. I was more consumed with my children and being a wife and not that need for a man. So I've absolutely been in that situation.
And see, the thing about a man, I don't think women understand. If you want a faithful man, you damn near have to become his play toy. Like you have to become his, like something, you have to become an object almost.
It's a job you don't
feel
want.
Me? It's a job you don't want. It's like nobody wants to be 1,000% on call all the time. Imagine you being on a job where you on call 24/7 for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. That's a faithful man. You feel me? Because all of these things that all of these other people may be fulfilling, it's like now all of that is your job. And I'm okay with giving you that job. But can you handle it? When I want to fuck you at 3 a.m. and wake you up and fuck you at 5 a.m. and wake you up and fuck you at 8, and I don't give a damn if you got to go to work. I don't give a, because none of that really matters on a primal level. I don't give a fuck about the job or none of that. Because when a man is faithful to you, it becomes a primal situation. We don't give a fuck about these finances. We don't give a fuck about none of that. It's almost like like fucking cavemen. You my possession. You ever seen a picture of the caveman grabbing a woman by the hair and just dragging her?
So is this the submission part, you guys?
No. This has nothing to do with submission. This has nothing to do with submission.
What I'm telling you is that for a man in his primal nature to be faithful to you, it goes back to being a primal thing. Them fucking cavemen dragged their women around. They were objects. And once he chose you, you was his. It's like no woman deserves that, especially in this time that we live in now. So it's just like, bro.
The only women who are with faithful men are bored out of their fucking mind. Like, truly faithful. It's a lot of women who believe that we're faithful. If your man is fun, he fucking. That's a quote. If your man, that's a t-shirt. If your man is fun, he's fucking. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? So if you with somebody else, if you with a man and you like, this man, he's a good time. I love you so. And he's fucking. If he's entertaining, he's going to use it everywhere. The only women that have men who are faithful, they hate being home. Like, this nigga is boring as fuck. So he might be faithful. Might. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or he might be on the internet getting his trick off. But I'm just saying, if your man is fun, he's fucking. Right? Women need to regroup, get together, and say, okay, all men cheat. Where do we go from here? Right. You understand? Yeah. So, like, listen, if you knew every man was going to cheat, okay, what would be your requirements after that? So you're about to meet a guy. He's going to cheat. All men cheat, so there's no way you can go. We just, hypothetically, any man you date is going to cheat.
Can I just say something?
I don't know if I can answer
I was married, and one of my rules was no conversations. Because I was married and he was in the Navy. So I know you 6-9 months away from me. I'm not dumb. But there should never be a situation where you taking this bitch to dinner.
Character. I just said that.
He just said character.
If your character, there's a difference from cheating on you.
So that's the question he asked.
But because I did that,
right?
He never did that.
He never did
because
what?
You did what?
I didn't give a fuck.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
And it was fine.
So he never cheated.
I was happy to be at home with my daughter and fine. And there was never a situation where there was.
So because you told him he could cheat, you think he never cheated?
Hold on.
I'm just asking what you're saying.
There's nothing that happened that I didn't know about. Let me be clear. And that was my rule. That if you're gonna do something, I need to know.
We gotta understand. Y'all gotta understand this, man. That people.
But there was never a situation where he asked for some and he didn't get none.
Yeah.
There's times where I had to take it, but I'm just saying that's just me. Mm-hmm. That's just how I was. And
sometimes men don't want the same pussy. That's just something we got to throw out there too. We don't always want the same pussy.
But as a female, coming from my. Right. We divorced right now, right. Okay? So you can do all of that. You can have all the sex. You can build him up, and he'll go take all the education. It's the University of Ashley, okay? Okay? You can do all of that, and he'll go take it to another. Now, he's single. He ain't taking it to nobody.
Well, what are you saying?
I'm just saying. You can do all of that and still not have it work out. So it really just depends on who you are and who the guy is.
Yeah, we're not saying because you let us fuck whoever the relationship's gonna work. If you pick a bad
he did it like twice, and then it wasn't. Apparently,
so you think
I took the fun out of it. Twice. That's what he told me. He was like, "It's not fun."
You can't believe shit we tell you.
That's true.
Right.
Do not believe what we tell you. We lie all the fucking time. That's what we do.
I understand, right. But I'm just telling you.
If you tell me I can fuck 3 women, I'm probably gonna fuck 4, but I'm gonna tell you 3's fine.
But that's the relationship where
that's just true.
But
I don't know what to tell you.
That's the relationship where it was. Here's my phone. Right. Mm-hmm. There's no passcode. Here's my social
media. Listen.
There was none of that.
I know a nigga with a phone in the P.O. box right now.
Hold on. Totally. But guess who had a key to that?
That's cool. All I'm saying. I'm glad you. Listen, let me answer this, please. I love this. Let me tell you, I love these conversations, though. Listen to me, though. No, that's fair. It might be whatever. I love these conversations because there are so many women who are so and I don't want to. I feel like I'm snitching and breaking bro code.
We got to tell the truth.
I know a woman who will sit here right now today and say the same. Like I'm not in the same thing.
There's no way
but with the most confidence,
right?
And he go out fucking off with me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But I know she feel like that. And let's be clear, I've been in 2 relationships, a 7 and a 3, and I didn't cheat. But I still don't put myself over any other man because I still had the cheating brain. As far as, I hate to say cheating brain. It's like you don't like to say need, I don't like to say cheat. Because I feel like that's just not how men are set up, right? I still saw other women. I still desired other women. I just didn't either get around to it.
Right.
Or I was so focused and enamored. I might not ever cheat. You feel me? I might not ever actually go fuck another woman on you, depending on how happy I am at home, how my time works out, how whatever works out. But my brain is no different from the dude who's fucking 10 of them. You feel me?
And that's what women should understand about men.
Totally.
Right.
That's
totally.
That right there is what women need to understand anyway.
But apparently,
about men.
Me telling him that I didn't care apparently sucked some of the fun out of
it. It did. That was some bullshit he told you.
Here's the thing though.
I love when women tell you what they man said, and you as a man, you like,
but
these niggas out here, we be out here wild.
But true. I'm not done.
That's our goddamn problem.
Yeah, we need to stop that shit though.
But here's the thing. There's no situation that he could not have told me about. Let me put it that way. There's no situation that he could not have been.
That's not true either, though. It's like, man, if you don't, if my thing is,
she's saying as far as how open she was to accepting.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, but my thing is
she
like,
knows how
there was no situation that he could not have come to talk.
Even if he would not have told.
Think about it. Okay, but we all have kids, right?
Yes.
How many times have you told that boy you can talk to me about anything?
Yeah, of course.
Right, and you've made him feel like he could. How much shit has he told you that you found out on your own?
How much has he told me?
Like, have you ever found out something on your own
that he didn't tell you? Mm-hmm. Yes. And what'd you say to him? You could have told me anything, right? So my thing is,
I don't know.
My point is this. I've had women that were open to me doing anything and saying like, "Hey, just as long as you respect me when you do it, you feel me?" And it's just like I push those boundaries too.
That's not.
You feel what I'm saying? Right. So it's just like that's what men do. Right. Like he said, you give us 3, we take 4. Women you can tell me I can have another girlfriend and I'm gonna cheat on both of y'all.
But see, he couldn't have another girlfriend.
I'm just saying hypothetically.
But the funny part,
my point is, even though you're open and he could have told you anything, he still didn't tell you everything.
But that's on him.
But as bad as y'all,
there was nothing else that I could have done to make that situation better.
As bad as y'all,
I get that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I get that.
That's true too, though. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And as bad as women think men are, you have no clue. Like you can't. Like I'm serious though. However you've been cheated on, it don't scratch the surface, bro. I got off on the boat one time in Africa and I watched a room full of white. Now I'm in Africa. What's the first thing you think about if you think of sex in Africa? Say what you
getting something?
No. What you think about sex in Africa? Would you be nervous? Why would you be nervous?
Animals, like it's wild.
You think of diseases, HIV, right? That's what I would never fuck nothing in Africa. Right. Maybe that's stereotypical. I'm just AIDS right here in Pensacola, but you just say Africa and I'm a pass on it. You feel me? But cool. I saw a room full of white boys, all married or in relationship, tear a room full of African prostitutes up, son. Yeah. Went back home, kissed their wives, put their children to bed like nothing happened. Shit don't even scratch the surface. So, buddy, you caught texting old girl, man. This shit is, and
I think the issue comes in where it's men want women to maintain, but they can go out and do their thing, but I can't and
so
the problem comes in where it's like, well, we're supposed to be doing this together.
You can, but you
condition. But I gotta also understand that you're gonna go do your own thing too.
You condition.
Answer this.
You can.
Answer this.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I gotta accept both.
There are women all around the world accepting it happily, but you're conditioned because you're from America that I can't. Right. You see what I'm saying? You can.
Right,
but you just have the option to not.
I'm not saying that I can. I'm standing on certain things that I would.
Principle, right.
But my relationship. But my question to you is that, let's say for instance, I just want to give you a hypothetical. You and your guy had a situation where you knew, all right, you decided men are gonna fucking cheat. You feel me? And y'all come to a compromise to where he say you can fuck with other men too, right? How many other men do you think you would take on after him? If you exercise that, how many other men do you think you could entertain outside of him?
Well, it depends. My preference would not be to do that.
And there's the
so my thing is that's what I'm telling you is that y'all don't want to. You feel me? So to use that. So
you're saying there's no man out there who wants to be able to have a one relationship woman?
No, I'm not saying that. I think men can be successful in relationships, and I think men can.
Because I mean,
like some handicap.
Look, there's men out there all the time who say, "Yeah, I've done all that."
My point is this.
I just want to be.
We did the same thing.
That's not true.
We did the same thing.
Don't believe nothing that we tell you. That's not true.
Right. And on top of that, right?
What about men who have spiritual backgrounds?
That's the don't matter. They worse.
They're the worst.
They're
the worst ones.
But I'm not gonna tell that story.
Yeah, okay. They might try. They might try a little hard
because they say they love the Lord or they know the Lord. I'm saying men who probably really dedicate their lives.
That's probably your only. But understand.
Way.
Let's say he's faithful. It has nothing to do with you. He has a higher calling. He has
a purpose.
Mm-hmm. Right, and like just like there are anomalies of everything, right? Like I've been alive 38 years, bro. Never met a man that was faithful. You feel me? So my point is this: there may be some men out there who will get in a relationship and who won't cheat, but I will say there's no man that won't think about it, right? But or even desire to do it, but just doesn't act on it. But that's 2% of 100. You feel me? 98% of us gon' fuck some.
Good luck with that hate.
You feel me? So my thing is, if that percentage is that high, right? If I do a survey and 98% of these black kids run this speed, and 12% of these white kids run this speed, I'm going to assume that black kids are fast. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So if 98% of men cheat and 2% are faithful, I'm going to assume that men can't be faithful. But they can't be so it's not a bad thing. So that's just something you chunk up and throw in a pot to where you say, what is a man? Okay, this is what a man is and this is what a man does. You feel me? So now we can get rid of this whole cheating mantra, because cheating is basically agreeing on something. You feel me? And going outside of that agreement.
Which is our problem.
Which is our problem, because we're agreeing to shit that we know we can't do.
That is our
You feel me? So what we first have to do as men is sit in the meeting and say, you know what? Let's stop fucking lying to these women. Let's let them know that we can't do this shit and we don't function like this. So now when we come out the men's meeting and we give y'all a list of things that we like and we don't, and the way we are, and on that it says, we gonna fuck some every now and again. You feel me? And it's just like every man has agreed upon that. So it's neither don't fuck with a man or understand that this is a part of a man. So now when you go into a relationship, that's not a part of your agreement. So therefore nobody's getting cheated. I've cheated before, and a lot of the times it's not sexual. It's just that I did some shit that we don't do. I did some shit that I wouldn't do in front of her. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So it's just like if like cheating doesn't just mean fucking somebody. You feel me? Like that's the least of my worries in a relationship. You feel me? Mm-hmm. My thing is I'm more so worried that like if you could look me in my eyes and tell me a fucking lie, that's what scares me. You feel me? Because now I don't know who I'm dealing with.
Right.
You feel me? I've had women cheat on me and not be able to fucking sleep at night and have to tell me, I can't let you go. I'm keeping you. Right. You feel me? Because it's a character thing and I can trust you. We all gonna slip. That's okay. You feel me? If you fuck around and suck another dick, that's cool as long as you got that bone in your body. You feel me? I don't need a motherfucker that's that slick. I know you're finna say something crazy.
I was. But I can't.
So you're saying you accept.
I don't
want to say you accept everything, but you have a higher acceptance of a woman in your life and keeping her if she's honest with you.
I don't accept my
wife. What I'm saying is monogamy is like, it's not the highest thing on my list.
Gotcha.
You feel me?
Just in that category.
In that category.
It's not the highest. Maybe we get old enough where I be in the same. I can watch you fuck the nigga or something like that. You know, you old. Maybe what they call it, cuckold, where you watch your wife fuck another nigga.
What is it called?
That's when you watch your wife fuck another.
You've been on porn.
No, that's what the shit called. I'm saying that's the best I might can give you when we old.
I don't even know what it's called.
Like when I'm old, maybe.
No, he's right. That's what it's called.
Called cuckold?
Yeah, but I'm not finna just let you willingly go out here and cheat and all that shit.
I think it's cuckold.
I want you to tell me that story, man, about how you fucking was in a relationship and how you were so in love that this woman had you inside the gay club, brother.
Oh yeah, man.
Tell me this story, brother. Because I want black women to know that this man loved a black woman so much.
Yeah, I was in
that he let her convince him to hang out with her at a gay club. Now, mind you, for a black man,
it's in Atlanta, just a gay club.
For a black man, that is the extremist form of love, because we ain't going to no fucking gay club. No man. If your man would just voluntarily go into a gay club with you, you got a problem. That shit should take some convincing. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So for my dog to be in there, I know he loved black women.
Yeah,
case closed.
I avoided it for as long as I could because she had a gay friend from work. And she's like, why you don't go eat with us and stuff? And she calling me all these, what they call them when you don't like homophobic. I'm like, I'm not homophobic, just what I'm going to talk about. Like, I don't want to hear.
Right.
You feel me? So she she was one of those people, if her day wasn't good, my day wasn't good. You feel me? And I'm just sick of this whole whatever. So the little gay dude birthday was coming up, right? My bad. The dude's birthday, right? Was coming up. So they wanted to go out with him, and she just all day go, you going, all right, I'm going. You feel me? So I get there, you feel me? The drinks were strong in the mug. Gay people like to fuck though. So like, listen, they need to pour drinks like that in the straight club. Boy, they need to get like, you feel me? So listen, so I'm in the, and I'm trying to be comfortable. You know what I mean? And you can't be mad if you in a gay spot and gay people hit on you. You can't be mad. You in they shit.
In they spot.
Right.
You feel me? So no matter how tough you think you looking,
right.
bro, you in here.
You in here.
Feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm getting a couple excuse me's and I'm just trying to like, hey, yo, chill out though. I'm trying to be cool with it. You feel me? Because she entertaining them, so I'm just really by myself. So long story short, Buddy see a dude, I'm trying to participate. That's how good hearted I am. I don't really care if you gay. Like I'm comfortable.
Right,
it has nothing to do with me.
It's not that.
Right. So I'm trying to participate and be a little part of the function. I don't just want to be like, what's wrong with him? Like, right. So he see a dude that he been wanting to holler at. I'm like, man, go do your thing, bro. Shit. Like, what you go get him though? You feel me? That's what I would tell my bro if he said that about a girl, right? So he like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go get him. So he go over there. Now, keep in mind, he ain't spoke to this man or nothing, brother. He turns this man around, kisses him, put his hand in his pants, put his thumb in his booty. I said, brother, if you do this at a regular club,
you gonna die.
DJ cut the music.
And listen, I wasn't expecting that.
And nobody better than I. Buddy who booty was wide open in some jeans than better. He was cool with it.
You know what? From a female point of view, I have the best times at a gay club.
You probably like thumbs in your booty.
They're fun.
No, they don't even do any of that stuff.
Right.
It's just nobody's trying to take me home.
Right, but it's different
well,
for it's
the
different
women,
for it's way different.
women,
it's way different for a dude to
But
be in the spot like that.
because they approach you differently though.
But women can be in gay spots. It's nothing women see.
No, I'm saying the women hit. I've been in gay spots and it's the women. It's like, hey, my friend wanted to
I don't think I've been to one where there's been a bunch of lesbians.
But women get away with just doing. Women get away with doing gay shit.
Straight
shit
women
all the
look
time.
at each other titties, man.
Straight women get away with shit like that all the time. Like for instance, like y'all motherfuckers will be getting dressed in the same room. Y'all be getting dressed in the same room. Y'all get in the club. Y'all dance on each other. Y'all touch each other ass. Could you imagine if we was in the VIP and I started dancing and you pat me on the ass?
Nah, what you were saying?
Fist fight.
What you were saying? If you was getting dressed for a party and I come in there with you, hey, excuse me, dog. Let me get hand gap with my
naked.
Yeah, like
man, you gotta get up out of here, bro. Hey man, who brought this weird ass man, bro?
Like man, we short on time, man.
Go
ahead,
put your clothes on, bro.
That was your free space.
That was my free space.
The gay spot?
Like girls.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Well, we're coming up on a minute 30, man. I had another question, but I think we can save it, man.
What was the question?
The question?
Mm-hmm.
I might have kind of asked it now that I think about it, but I was just wondering that if a man gave you everything you asked for, he covered all the bases, right? Everything you need specifically, but the only thing he did was he slept with another woman. Is he considered a bad dude?
It depends because they're sleeping with another woman and then they're spending time. They're taking my precious time.
Is it sleeping
and
spending time with a woman? Or
are you
fucking
fucking her and leaving her home and not paying her?
But that's how side dudes supposed to do. You should be okay if I slide my side chick a little chain like, hey, go. Pay her to go ahead though.
Nah, that's because
she gotta eat.
No, she can eat on her own. But there's a difference. But there's a difference.
Okay.
But there's a difference between taking her to McDonald's and taking her to Jackson's.
Yeah, I'm not taking her to a restaurant.
So you're talking about a female that the same female he's dealing with, or like he's just.
I'm gonna say different. Because if he's dealing with the same one, if he's dealing with the same one.
I got a quick question. Have either one of y'all ever dealt with a dude that had a girlfriend or a wife or some shit?
Yeah.
You have? How did y'all require him to treat y'all?
I didn't require anything. He wasn't mine.
No, that's a lie.
But that's a great answer too.
Yeah, I feel you. But my thing is like, I didn't say ask for anything. I said, how did you require he treat you?
I didn't require anything.
He
did what he
treat you. Like, could he treat you like a dog in the street that he was just fucking?
Right.
No.
So my point is for y'all to expect.
That's still a standard.
So exactly. So my point is this: when y'all out here and y'all see and y'all hear that your dude is cheating, you feel me? Y'all expect him to be fucking with somebody that allows them to treat them like a dog in the street when no woman is going to be accepted.
But it should be some differences.
It's definitely some differences. But it's like they want you to shoot the motherfucker. If you don't care, shoot her. Right. You feel me? You feel me? If you don't care, show me you don't care. And it's just like bro,
is you having hour-long conversations with?
That's too much. That's too much. That's too much.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's too much. But I just
but
sometimes
that woman would have to understand that if he found the woman who understood that.
Understanding that is cool. But you still have a standard. Like I understand you're not my woman. Right. I understand I can't treat you a certain type of way, but that doesn't mean I have to treat you like shit.
Right. But understand. I don't. But
they should know. There should be no female.
Most real niggas. I ain't gonna say real niggas. Most real men don't approve of treating the side girl like the main girl. Right. If I saw my homeboy do that, I'd be like, man, stop that shit. Yeah, you bugging, bro.
Right.
If you take your woman to this restaurant or this quality of stuff, your other girl's supposed to be under that on some level. You feel me? Right. But I was just asking you in general, would you accept that if he covered, everything on your list? You felt like, I think you used the analogy one time. There's nothing more he can pour into your cup as far as
you getting all the time love, you need, all that.
You feel complete, but then only thing he's doing is finding time to sleep with somebody else.
It would depend. It would depend because that's a problem. Is it a deal breaker? No, right. But that's a problem. That is a problem. That is a problem.
Why would it be a problem if he covers so much?
I would prefer not to know. And
that's
then
right.
also,
but we're saying if you found out.
But if I knew, I don't think. Just being honest about myself, I think emotionally I wouldn't be able to.
Could we have that conversation?
Let me reverse this real quick before you do it.
There's some shit you're gonna have to do when I find
out. Let me reverse this question real quick.
No, we can make it.
But there's some shit you're gonna have to go. We gonna have to go through.
But let's reverse this question real quick. I want to know real quick, though, hypothetically speaking, if you had a guy that couldn't cover everything, barely covered anything, but he never, like, he was the most loyal person in the world, which dude do you prefer?
If he was the most loyal and he couldn't cover everything,
versus somebody that covers all bases,
cover most of it,
right?
Like you had to do the paying and the mortgage, or whatever. But he was dumb face.
But the other guy, we're not saying he's just fucking rampantly.
Right.
Like you've called him cheating a couple of times, but this other dude.
But you said it had to be different.
But if I caught you cheating a couple of times, first of all, you ain't good at it, and so that's a problem for me. You dumb on top of that. If I've caught you cheating multiple times,
so why?
First of all, that takes a different level of a person to understand that.
Right.
Because you can't be a woman get into a situation who feels like there has to be loyalty on both ends, and if you're cheating, what am I doing wrong? There has to be a woman
that affects us because then we go thinking what's wrong with us that you had to go do that.
And we talk about this on all the other shows.
So
that's
if
why
I
we
was
just
open like that, and we had that conversation, and you were taking care of everything, I would absolutely accept that.
But see, this is why we had a conversation on other shows.
But
there's nothing wrong. That's why we say men just cheat just because there's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with you.
All the bases would have to be covered.
Yes, I ain't paying for shit.
And that's fine. If that's the discussion you want to have for him to do that, but that's why we have this discussion.
And then
there is nothing wrong.
And then, if that's the case, I would want to make sure you understood if I
and then you talking about protections and all
and
that.
And that's a whole other situation.
Because y'all sloppy. Y'all be sloppy.
We're talking about me because I'm talking about myself. I would want to make sure that I could come to you and also understand that I might be doing the same thing.
But then now we finna split these goddamn bases. You feel me? Now what? Because my thing is like at some point, like in most relationships, men are giving the most of the time. Okay. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like so, my thing is if I'm covering all the bases, and my the way because I'm covering all the bases, my little perk is that I fuck off sometimes, right? And you decide you want to fuck off too, then that's no longer my perk.
Now, exactly.
So now we gonna cover these bases together.
Yes.
No,
that's cool. But that's cool. But you think it's easy for me to cover all the bases? It's a life.
Wait, but there's a difference. You said I've caught you. If I have caught you, you're bad at it, and that's the problem.
But we agree. But I agree with you.
If you were doing
we agree with you.
Hypothetically, he's telling you.
Yeah, that's why I say. That's why I say. That's why I say character. All of that falls under character, protection, using all that. Yeah,
you're not coming and talk to me about the whole.
But that's why I'm asking you. Could you do this knowing this to lead to? That's why men lie about the situation. That's why we commit to things. Because if I am in love with you, this is the only way that I can have you. You understand what I'm saying? If I commit to something that I know that I can't do. So I go with the theory, she won't catch me. You feel me? 9 times out of 10, you're going to get caught though, sooner or later. Because it's hard to hide shit for so long. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's what, and that was a good point that you made. Like you said, you're doing it. You said, oh, maybe you got to deal with the fact that I'm doing it too. But you don't even want to.
Might want to.
But you don't even want to.
Well, at
your
some
preference
point in
is
a
to not.
No, but if you open that door, I'm gonna run through that motherfucker.
Sure
If you open that door, I'm going through there with
that's
you.
The thing.
That's 1,000%. If you don't want that door open, don't open that shit.
But most women, that's the.
But would you be okay with this if that door opens, right, and you start cheating too, and I came to you and said, all right, we both fucking off, let's split these
Then
bills.
we gotta start
Would you be okay with that too?
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
But-
And then I want the nigga you fucking to start paying some bills too.
Exactly.
If I got to share my bitch
I'm
with you
paying
as
for
an I'm
paying for it.
If that's the case, but listen, if that's the case, let's switch roles.
That's all.
Listen, if that's the case, let's switch. If you want another man, no problem. How about you go be with him and then let me have his role, and then it's all good.
I see what you're saying.
But
if it's at that
Deal.
level.
But there's
I don't want to have to pay for shit. Let him do that, and I'll be the side nigga.
But
And-
there's a difference between hanging with your dudes and going out of town or doing something, and there's a girl there versus you having a continuous.
I'm not talking about a continuous nothing.
Right.
There's a huge difference.
You're just talking about just.
And then when I say cheating with other women, character is always the caveat in that. If I'm in love with you, I'm not fucking 1,000 women. That's not what I'm saying.
Just those other couple women.
No, I'm just saying
what's the number?
I just told you I was in love with one for 7 years.
Need 2 hands
I was in love for
or my
7
2
years
feet?
and never got around to it. I was in
Never
love
got around to what?
to cheat. I never cheated on it. 7 years.
7
you
years.
feel me?
Okay.
But my brain was still functioning the same.
And that's not an argument.
Right. So let's say we were dated for 15 years and I fucked one girl. That was just the number. If a man loves you, he's not cheating on you every day.
But if
he
you
doesn't
fuck
have
one
time and
girl,
energy.
that's
Right.
not- that's
But in
not-
her
that's
mind,
not the same.
but in her mind, if I fucked one girl, I was a horrible nigga. In 15 years, if I fuck one, all the shit I did
When
was
in
done.
reality, you needed a fucking award.
I don't think you get an award for that.
You fucking
if
should.
it's 15 years and there's one girl, I don't like it, but I'm not.
I need
I'm
a
not
fucking
gonna,
reward.
I'm not going to delete
I need-
everything.
I
that
need a
happened
reward.
before
I need a-
share
if
That's
a story
15 or
about
15,
one
I need a
person.
reward.
No.
The fuck?
If I do one a year,
I need a reward.
It goes back to what he said. It's just really about cheating is when you're lying.
And
Right.
if you're lying to me
not
about
about
it,
the
then
fact.
there's the bigger issue.
Right.
That's why that's why the conversation isn't a man lying to you. It's a
Yeah.
man fucking somebody.
Right, because if we've been living this life where we've both been like, yeah, baby, I'm holding it down and you holding it down and I don't do this and then you find out all that time was a lie because you never were open enough to say I slipped up.
That's why I said it's on us first.
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
slipped up.
That's why I
And
always
where
say
y'all get in trouble is where there's a
can
female
accept
that
that.
comes and tells me what you did,
But yeah, I agree
not
with that.
you.
And now we got
that's the
a
problem.
problem.
We
And now
got
we got a
issues now. We got big
I
ass
agree
issues
with that.
now.
I agree.
but none of
Yes.
none of those problems exist when we go right back to what I said
Right.
in the beginning is that if we were honest, none of these problems would exist because if we were
I'm going
honest,
with my boys to Vegas.
nah, we ain't even like.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, like.
But tell me that. I would want to know.
Right.
No. It's like it's just
Right.
once you understand like how a motherfucker function, it's almost like I don't even need details at that point. I just know how you function. I know how men are. I know what the fuck they do.
and
I
I
don't.
think we do know that.
Right.
Yes.
And you shouldn't feel us cheating, by the way. If
but
you
you
can
kinda-
tell that
but-
I'm cheating or feel it in our relationship, I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
There's
And I don't.
something going on.
But isn't
right.
it mostly when the female comes to tell you what your man has been doing? That's
But
the
that should
biggest
never
or
you
happen.
can feel it.
Yeah, that should never happen.
Like
but my
something
point.
you need to
off,
check
and
back.
it's
Yeah,
like,
that's the problem.
yeah.
But you might be
But
shit
so
problem.
my question to y'all is right. I'm gonna see if y'all understand men. Because I feel like y'all gained a little ground, but I still don't feel like y'all
It's a
understand.
long
Hold on.
conversation.
Okay. Okay. Do you understand do you think there's a such thing as a faithful man?
You just told us the answer though.
No. I want to. Not what I think. I want to know what you think.
Here's my issue.
I do not
Hold
feel
on.
like there's
Listen, we don't have to go. Listen. Hold on. We don't need to go deep.
No.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go on your
My
issue, but I want your
answer
answer.
is, I
Yes
do
or
not
no?
think there is a such thing as
I'm
a
learning
faithful
that there isn't.
man.
But here's where
I do
it
not
becomes
think
a problem for
so.
me personally. There should never be somebody else to come and tell me what my man is doing.
That's understood
a
though. But
problem.
we already talked about
If
that.
we don't have that, we have
Listen.
a lot less issues.
Listen, in order for us to have a conversation, we have to filter out some things. And men without character don't exist in this conversation that we're having.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about men with character, we're not going to go into somebody else coming to tell you that.
Because we agree with you.
Because we agree with you. We understand that should never happen. We talking in the sense that somebody that's just fucking trying to be honest with you or trying to make you understand what a man is. Because a lot of the times I've gone to women and I've said, hey, I know you think this is what a man is, but I'm gonna give you some insight. This is how men function, and this is what they are. And it's just I became a terrible guy. You feel what I'm saying? Who was like, it was almost like I was trying to change her perception of what a man was to something that wasn't right. You feel what I'm saying? When I'm just really trying to let you in on what I am. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's for women. We have to do a better job with each other in having those conversations privately about, honey, let me tell you.
Right.
Know,
and it's usually auntie, grandma that do that for you.
Because
probably.
They know.
They know. They figured it out.
When you talk to me about faithfulness, that's not all about sex to me. That encompasses a lot of stuff.
That's what I said earlier.
And so it's not just about sex.
And that's what I said earlier. That's why I said earlier is that it's about honesty. It's not about. That's why I say let's say a man fucking a woman and not cheating. You feel me? Because cheating is going against an agreement that we had, and we should never do that. You feel what I'm saying? So if you got a man that does that, then you have a character issue. But a man fucking another woman is not a character issue. That's a man issue. Right. So somehow that's gotten dumped in the same bin as character issues.
Because women try to put their values on us.
No, because if
how a man does it is a character issue.
It's a conversation that we've had, and you've gone against that conversation. So if we have,
because a lot of times, well, I'm not your specific. I've never had a woman give me permission to be open. That's my go-to. Thank the Lord. If that ever hits me one day, I could just say what I'm doing, and that's the only problem. But for the most part, that's not what you're gonna get. You feel me? But women do. They try to put their values on us. If you go to a country that don't give a fuck about money, and let's say they trade cows in some village, you can go there with $1 million. They like, what is that? Do you have a cow or no? You feel me? That's all they care about. So women put so much value on faithfulness for us because that's their value. They view their bodies a certain way. They want to operate themselves a certain way, but we don't give a fuck about that. But everything we do value, if we love you, our time, our money, our energy, we dedicate those things to you. Right. That's why I say we can cover all of your list except for that one thing and still actually love you. I've seen women completely happy until they found out their man cheated. And they'll say, well, how could you cheat if you love me? Easy as pie.
Straight up.
It's like I do love you. I give my kidney and I give my life for you right now. But I still gonna fuck something if I got, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those kind of things. But this is a dope conversation. Like I said, this should go on for hours, bro.
Yeah, we
got to continue this topic, man. I really thank y'all for coming through. This is my favorite so far, and I think we need to have more conversations like this. Maybe break it down into some segments to stay on a particular topic for a while.
Right. Yeah.
But
absolutely.
And at home, y'all can pretty much continue these conversations because they need to be had, and they need to be had often. We got to give each other turns to talk, and we got to try to understand each other and not just be waiting on our turn to talk. You feel me? And you got to go into things with an open mind, because if your mind is closed, you can't learn anything.
And this is a learning class on yourself, ladies. Do not go show this to your man and ask him to agree with what we're saying, because he's not going to do it. Right. And I suggest he don't do it. You feel me? It's not going to gain him any ground. You just got to learn this shit on your own. Right. Just like if I hear a bunch of y'all talking, like I got to take that shit in on my own. If it like the chances of my woman agreeing to that, if I had one, she's probably not, because it don't benefit her in the relationship we've already built.
Right.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
This sometimes feels like when I'm like, I got a little brother, and it's like when he asks me for something, it's almost like he want me to beg him to give him a loan. You feel me? You want me to beg you to let me do something for you. You feel me? So when we have these conversations, it's like him and I gain nothing from giving this insight. You feel me? We don't get anything from it. So it's like, so it's like, and it's like we actually getting backlash from it in other places. But it's just like when we give you this insight, it's almost like we have to beg women to like take this free game. It's like we trying to give you something, and it's like sometimes we are so deep in the way we see things and the way we believe things that we can't take in anything or see any other perception. Just like he said earlier, there are women in other cultures who don't even think about a dick going to nobody else, because that's just a part of their culture. But it's just like we're so rooted in our culture that we can't see anything else. We can't see why people would value certain things. We can't see why people would value nature. We can't see why people would value trees and birds and shit. You feel me? We just ate a 9-piece and then think nothing about no goddamn chickens. But in other countries, that's sacred. You feel me? But it's like we can't see that because that's not our culture. So we have to start understanding that in order for us to gain any ground, we have to be accepting of things that don't make sense sometimes. You feel me? And figure out a way, find the logic in it and find the ways that make sense versus fighting it and trying not to understand it, if that makes any sense. Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for coming through. Black Queens. I'm done with the white queen mantra. It was a joke. But no, sincerely, definitely thank y'all for coming through. I know it's late, so I'm going to go ahead and close out, man. This your boy Adam Taylor. You know what you're watching, Anxiety Issues Podcast here with my brother Boneface and Boneface Inc. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Dope.
Thank you.